Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel. So it's getting to the time of year where we are going to be using the soup maker quite a bit for various different soups. So today I'm going to do one and it's called Nanna's Magic Soup. And it's a bit of a take on tomato soup, but it's really nice, so I'll show you the ingredients. So we have got an onion, a sweet potato, a red pepper, 2 carrots, a vegetable stock cube. We've got some chopped tomatoes, and you can use fresh tomatoes if you've got them, which I do have in the freezer, but I'm just going to use the can for today, and because the majority of people have cans. And we want half of this coconut milk, so this is a 400ml, and we want 200ml of that. So first off, I'm just going to prep my vegetables. So I'm going to chop up my pepper, carrot, I'm going to peel, that's the word. I want to peel my sweet potato and get my onion and that chopped up, and we'll move on to the next steps. So that did not take me long at all. So this is all of the scraps. So I have taken the sort of outer skin off the onion and I'm going to chop that up. I don't need to chop it up precisely because it's all going to get blitzed anyway. Same with my red pepper, chop it up roughly. I've peeled and I've top and tailed, as I call it, the carrots, and I've peeled the sweet potatoes. So I'm going to get these chopped up and popped into the soup maker. So that's the sweet potato in and a bit of carrot at the bottom. You can see there, they're just good chunks, nothing too big, too small. They're just the right size. So I'm going to get chopping my next carrot and the red pepper and onion next. So there you go, there's my pepper in and the onion. Now you can use red onion if you want something a little bit sweeter. I don't have a red onion to hand, otherwise I probably would have used that, to be fair, but a white onion suffice. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pop my stock cube in. And one thing about this is you don't need to, this is a bit like a kettle, so you don't need to dissolve your stock cube. It'll just do it as it's cooking. So that's one little mistake that Carl made last time. He put hot stock in and he got a burn on the machine, so it just stopped, turned off, wouldn't work. And that's why, because you don't put hot water in, because it just knocks all the settings to pot. So next in goes my tomatoes. You can have plumbed, you can have chopped, you can have fresh, but all you need to do is have the 400 grams of tomatoes. One thing to note about this as well is usually it's thick and then you have, it just got all over. You've got the cream, so I tend, like the milk, so I tend to mix all of this up so that you can get an accurate amount. Otherwise you end up with all of this creamy stuff here going into the pot and not much milk by the time you get half. So I always mix this up and then put me half a tin in, otherwise it's not going to be right. So just, I'll bring you back in a minute, it's hard to explain. Right, so I've just broken the sort of thick cream coconut stuff off the top, and then I'm just mixing it in with this so that you're not going to get a load of the cream stuff and then not much milk or whatever. So yeah, just mix it and break it down so it's like smooth. So that's about right, and I want half, which is about there, half of that tin in there. And the next thing what we're going to add is our water up to the maximum line, which is here, or just below the maximum line. So that's going to make 1.6 litres. So there we are guys, so that's everything there. And they're probably looking at that saying, what on earth is this concoction? But believe me, it's super tasty and full of really nice goodness. So I'm going to pop the lid on my soup maker and I'm going to plug it all in and get it going. Now then, I'm going to select my mode and I want smooth, 21 minutes, and that's it. You don't need to do anything else with this soup maker, just leave it. So I'm going to get tidied up. By the time I get tidied up and washed up, our soup will be ready. So So the machine is now going through its motions. We're on the last minute. It goes through like a boiling stage, and then it'll blitz a little bit, and then this is the final last blitz until everything's nice and smooth, and then it'll just beep at you constantly once it's done. There you go, until you actually lift the lid. And once you lift the lid, I've said it in previous videos, be very, very careful because this is really hot and the steam does sort of come out. So once you lift it up, there you go, and there's a nice thick consistency, and like I say, it is a little bit like tomato soup but with a twist. And you've obviously got all of the sort of different ingredients in there with your sweet potato, the carrot and the pepper in there as well, the red pepper. So yeah, I'm gonna pop this into my big Pyrex dish because that's how I store it, and I wash this straight away, and I wash it all so it's nice and clean. So we'll get that done now. So that's what I do. I just put it in a big glass bowl until we're ready to serve, and it can be left to cool. Once it's cooled down, you can put it in the fridge. You can see there that the consistency is nice and thick, and it's absolutely gorgeous served with cheese on toast. But this here is really, really beautiful. So enjoy, guys.